I'm live. Grateful day. Welcome to the 99th episode of the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with your host, Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. Woo! All right. I empower entrepreneurs to overcome toxic environments and self-doubt, to take decisive action, to lead boldly in identity, and to persevere, all anchored in faith. Before we dive into today's episode, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Faith Forward Fearlessly Podcast by Jenée Hudson, where you can watch, like, and share every episode, you guys. The link is in the bio and it will be in the caption of this episode. Time for the shirt. So I've showed this before a long time ago, but has a different meaning. So it pretty much says becoming. That's what it says. And this is a similar reminder to what Michelle Obama wrote about. But for me, walking in faith as doing so causes, it's like, it helps you with your instincts, to have inner courage, to look past the naysayers, endless to-do lists, look past skeptics, and even simply to just like those like challenging pitches that we normally have for ourselves. This is what becoming is about, which is a perfect transition for today's topic called Becoming Before Arriving, Faith that Finishes Strong. But to start, of course, allow me to give just a few eye-opening statistics. So the first one is, according to the 2025 report from Team Stage and Technor, approximately 79.9% of small businesses survive their first year. Yet, only about 1/3 actually reach 10 years or more. The second statistic is in 2023, a systematic review of entrepreneur, just like persistence from PMC and the Resistance Gate, they show that traits like persistence and grit just they remarkably like predict long-term success in business ventures. And then lastly, research from Apollo Technical LLC indicates that nearly 38% of entrepreneurs, they simply identify self-discipline as the most important factor in their success journey. So those are some great statistics, right? All that being said, you guys, this is the 99th episode, and it's all about the seasons when you're like not yet at your actual destination, but you're becoming, just like my t-shirt says, right? Everything that destination needs you to be. So you've been working, dreaming, grinding. Maybe you've had some wins, maybe you've had some setbacks, but somewhere in the actual middle of it all, you realize that the arrival it's like not just about becoming actually, because when you show up, you guys, if you're not ready inside as well as on the outside, of course, you feel the delay. Take it from me. So finishing strong, it's about crossing the line, right? It's about who you actually carry across that line, including, and of course, first important, yourself, right? So today, you guys, we're going to talk about just simply how faith anchors you during the actual buildup, how you stay disciplined when you actually plan. And because, sometimes when we plan, we feel like when it doesn't work out, we feel like that's the end. Well, that is far from the truth. All right. It's about how you walk into your season of arrival. That's the bottom line, right? And which is going to be, of course, strong, right? Because you've already done the work. So there's some grace right there that you can give yourself. And simply trying to become. So whether you're a business owner, a creative, a leader, or simply just someone who's refused to quit, right? Like me, I'm not a quitter. And I know you're not also, right? This episode is for you. So let's get started. All right. So here are 3 giftful gems for today's topic. The first one is called Embrace the Process of Becoming. So what do I mean by that? Well, becoming is not just a one-time event. Not at all. It's a daily discipline. So you may not be at like your goal yet, but every habit that you actually build and every choice that you make is actually preparing you to simply get to that arrival point, right? So for entrepreneurs, people just in their 9-to-5s, or just simply along your journey, that might mean like just redefining like your actual systems, learning your market, or strengthening your actual mindset, which is very important. And even like that when the revenue isn't like where you want it to be, these are the places that you have to start. So of course, let me just tell you this. I always have actionable steps to help you along with these things, right? So here they are. Here's 3 of them for this particular area. The first one is for like deeper personal development. You might want to engage in a book that actually reinforces what you're doing. And so resources like Atomic Habits by James Clear is a really good one. Or The Slight Edge is a really good book as well. And that's by Jeff Olson. So both reinforce like how small, consistent actions actually compound into major results. So those are some good books for you to check out and resources. The second one is simply utilize tools like streaks to gamify your actual daily disciplines and to keep track of those micro wins. You guys, that is very, very important to do throughout your journeys, all right? They actually lead you to major breakthroughs by simply just using these resources. And then lastly for this one, tap into skill building platforms, you guys. I've tried them and they do work. Like Skillshare, that's a good one. Or LinkedIn Learning or Coursera. To actually invest in yourself, which you do deserve, all right? And this will help you while you're trying to become as well, all right? Okay, gift number 2. So gift number 2 is titled Anchor in Your Faith While You Build. So, faith isn't only for the arrival of things, as it's most tested during the actual becoming. So what do I mean by that? Well, there are moments, you guys, of doubt, of delays, and of detours. Take it from me, unfortunately, it's happened to me and it's going to happen to the best of us, right? But of course, I'm going to give you these amazing gems for when you anchor your actual identity. Yes, your identity in your faith. And not just for like future achievement. We don't want to do it for just that. But you want to build your inner strength to keep going while you're becoming. All right. And to help with this, of course, here are some actionable steps to assist you in this area. The first one for this is For actual like business leaders, reading books like Finish Strong by Steve Farrar, or Relentless by Tim Glover. You guys, that's a good book. As both will simply reinforce how faith and a finish line mindset actually go hand in hand, right? And then, but just remember though, to anchor your why. I know everybody's saying that, but you want to lean into your values and to let your faith just fuel your actual becoming. All right. And then secondly, for this, join like a virtual faith-based business community, you guys. They are such a blessing. Let me tell you. I'll name a few. One is Kingdom Driven Entrepreneur. Another is Faith Driven Entrepreneur. Or you can even check out the Christian Women in Business Network for the ladies. And that's going to help for like mentorship and accountability, which is very much needed, and encouragement as an actual entrepreneur and just in this space, right? And just simply throughout your journeys. So check them out. All right. Now, last but not least is gift number 3, titled Finish Strong by Protecting What You've Already Built. This is my favorite, you guys. So when you arrive, whether the milestone is revenue, brand, recognition, or a personal breakthrough, the temptation is to simply relax. All right? Don't we want to just relax when we feel like I've done it? I'm here. I'm just going to relax. Negative. That is not what you want to do. You want to just relax and that's it. Okay? Yes, of course, take a breather, but don't just relax and call it quits. All right? But to finish strong means you actually want to protect the foundation that you actually built along the way. That's the key through it all. So while you're actually becoming, make sure that you're taking a little breather, of course, but protect what you've been building all this time. All right. So you don't stress out, let people tell you that what you can't do, what you're not worth, all those things. You don't want that. Not to mention, we don't deal with negativity on this podcast, right? So I know you as a viewer don't either. So it means pretty much just maintaining the actual habits and the integrity of yourself, you guys, and those that you're around, right? And the character that got you here. Remember that first, all right? Now look, this is like the last actionable step of the evening to help you in this area. So the first one for this area is to simply remember not to neglect your actual wellness, right? That the mental is very, very deep these days, you guys, and it's very important. So use apps like Calmery. I use that one personally. Or you can use an app called Talkspace, which simply just offer ongoing emotional and mental support, you guys. And it's free. You know I like free stuff, right? So it's going to help you to support your personal foundation. And in case you feel like you're just kind of fading away, these actual tools are going to help you tremendously. All right? And it's going to help you once you've actually feel like you've arrived. And then finishing strong, just so you know, doesn't mean that you have to be like exhausted. You don't have to exhaust yourself. Or even better, you will feel empowered. And that's what you want in the end. You don't want that exhaustion, that chaos, the negativity. You want to feel empowered. All right. So the second one for this is leverage books, you guys. I know I've got you reading all kinds of things, but they help. I'm telling you. and courses that actually highlight like endurance and consistency. You guys, it's very important to be consistent in anything in life that you do, from your business to your personal life, being a husband, being a wife, being a father, mother, parent, whatever you're going through as an entrepreneur. It's very important to still stay consistent. All right. So you want to look at things such as, there's a book called Grit by Angela Duckworth, or the Essentialism by Greg McKeown. All right, check those out. These are actually like resources to reinforce the actual principles that finishing strong isn't about more. It's not about just more, right? It's about protecting what truly matters. And that's important to myself as well as all of us. All right. And then lastly, number 3 for this particular one is you want to surround yourself with communities, positive communities at that, right? To help you just thrive that post-arrival, all right? Networks like SheEO, I know there's a lot of women ones here, but Boss Women Media, Women Entrepreneurs Global Network, or the Well Summit Community. You guys, these are tremendous opportunities for you to get into to help you with the wellness area. And we all need that, right? And it's going to help you to foster that collaboration. Again, that accountability, which is huge just in life, because you don't have to do it alone, right? And that mentorship. So I hope that you check out many of these gems and get something from them. Well, that concludes the gifts and the amazing gems that I gave for today's episode, you guys. As we close this episode, I want you to take this message to heart, all right? Just know this. Becoming before arriving, you guys, means giving yourself permission, all right, to grow without guilt, to evolve without explanation, and to succeed without rushing the process. Every step, every test, every achievement, it's simply shaping the version of you. That's what you need to realize, all right? That's designed to finish you strong, all right? Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself and do it with integrity for you, because nobody else is going to do it for you, all right? Please keep that in mind and enjoy the journey of becoming. Yes. So as always, you guys, man, you guys are so very much appreciated for just taking the time to support me through my 99th episode. I am so very grateful. Y'all couldn't have told me I could have did it in my first one. Let me tell you, I had anxiety and everything. But 99, 100 is around the corner. Cannot wait. You guys, thank you so much again for joining the Faith Forward Fearlessly podcast with Jenée Hudson, the Uplifter. You are so very much appreciated. But listen, please continue to follow and share. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Faith Forward Fiercely by Jenée Hudson, and share that. Share a blessing, you guys. Don't be selfish. You guys, for ongoing content and just inspiration, right? And also next week, we're celebrating something big. Yes, it's the episode number 100. Woo! Cannot believe it myself, you guys. I'm excited. And I cannot wait to celebrate with you all. Number 100. What? Yes. So please be there. Same time, same place, 6 p.m. Eastern time, live, all right? And you know I got to pull out all the stops to do something special. Got to do it, right? All right. So until then, though, Keep becoming. Remember that. That's what this episode's about, right? Keep believing and keep walking by faith fearlessly. Because listen, when you trust the process, the promise will always meet you right where you are becoming. All right? So until next time, keep the faith and have many blessed days and a prosperous journey on purpose. Later.